Going to the farm. Woo! We got another immersion mining container here in the corner, and we just ran electric to it yesterday. Not running your miners, especially if you have them, right? You bought them, getting a good ROI. I mean, that's a death sentence for a business. One of these drives did not pick up. That guy over there with the permanent green, he's looking sus. Market's picking up. It's not a time to be f***ing around. Please be working. Please be working. All right, power went out, power's back. Yo, I'm Vosker on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, and today I just want to give you guys an update on where I'm at with the VoskCoin mining farm, everything in between. So right now I'm in my house, I'm in the garage. We've been putting in a lot of extra hours off camera to get this place set up. So I upgraded to DeWalt shelving here. Gosh, this stuff is sweet. I'm very impressed with it. And no, DeWalt did not send me this. I'm actually a Milwaukee guy, which you'll quickly realize as we kind of go through this stuff. But got all this stuff set up. Got another one here. Pretty much thinking like, car parts right there, miscellaneous life stuff on this one, stuff in between. And then over there in the corner, you can see I got a miner. That one just came in today, so I'm pretty stoked about that. It's supposed to be a cash cow. We'll see though. Finally, we got a delivery. Finally got the cabinet set up though, so pretty excited about that. This one's pretty much my detailing stuff. I got a bunch of, let me turn the camera. Got a bunch of bits and stuff and in here, still working through everything. And then this is gonna be my tool cabinet. They only give you freaking a couple shelves with these, so I had to order a couple more. And I still need to get everything way more organized, but got my army of Milwaukee batteries in here. Got one shiny Pokemon in the back left corner. I'm super excited to get the garage set up. I actually bought those cabinets at the beginning of 2023, and they sat at VoskCoin HQ for forever. I just needed to get everything kind of cleaned up and set up in here. I did, here, let me show you this. Did a polyaspartic, woo, that was a crazy spin. Did a polyaspartic on the floor. And so I did a dark gray base coat and then added flake or fleck or whatever. And we sealed it with, polyaspartic, top coat. We painted everything in the process. It's all insulated. So I'm stoked. This is the coolest garage I've ever had. I had a lot of issues with my builder and my builder's electrician in the process. So just yesterday we swapped this out for a meter box because they put a 2-gang in here, which is, basically like 2 wide socket size, right? Like if you look at this is a 1-gang. So I had this big hole in the wall. So I was like, well, I might as well put a meter box here. It gives me some data, fill the gap. I'm gonna add a little bit of mud and try to tidy this up, but not too worried about that. Set up this bench in the corner. Wanted to just kind of have like a dirty workbench. I'm gonna throw a vise on here and just, in the trenches working on cars. But then I've got this PDU. It's gonna run all of my miners here. It's just a 30 amps outlet. The real purpose of this, right, is to have a test bench at home so I don't have to go to the farm necessarily. Obviously, I probably normally will. Also, when it's cold, like it is now, I'm gonna run miners in here. I already started actually yesterday. And it's gonna be free heat. So I put these in, one to just run electric out here that I can tap into the future because I have 40 amps ran to that, 40 amps ran to that heater. So I can, get this place real hot real quick if I want to, but it's a waste of money. That thing doesn't mine Bitcoin. What I'd love to do is actually basically develop something like that, like a heavy duty version of that is nice to be around, but it actually mines Bitcoin in the process. But who knows, right? Never enough time in the day. Anyway, got this stuff set up. I got a power line adapter. Realized now I didn't put a 120 volt outlet close enough over here to make this clean. So I'm probably just gonna run, add another piece to my mesh network and just run off that. Not too worried about running over Wi-Fi in this scenario. but power line adapter, so that pushes an internet connection over your power. That is a great way to just easily and quickly get Ethernet anywhere in your house, because most of these ASIC miners, right, application specific integrated circuit miners, purpose built machines, all they do is mine cryptocurrency, normally just one algorithm, and they almost never, especially the big boys, have Wi-Fi capabilities. So I need to go get a cable for this and get all that kind of stuff set up and situated. But yeah, so that's everything that's kind of going on here at the house. I still have some things I need to figure out, like I need to deal with humidity here in the summer, whether I'm going to do some kind of cooling. I could put a hole in the wall with that guy, but I'd rather do some kind of mini split, but I don't have a lot of area to work with outside of the garage with the way that our home is oriented. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in the car and let's go to the farm. Going to the farm! Woo! All right, looks like the pod's running, but why are half of the miners not working? So I cycled all the miners on one side. I think when I checked my dashboard, they were all working. So it didn't really matter. But on the other side, none of the miners are on, but the digital shovel breaker is not tripped. So let's go inside my service panel and see what's going on. So it's weird, right? C is basically the left side of the digital shovel mini pod, right? And I know this one's working because this is warm. Panel D is the right side. This one's, it's cold. My whole panel surge protector is green, supposed to be good. Let's turn that off at the source. Flick it back on. Let's go see if anything changed in here. Somebody changed these filters. So, nothing's happened, but these PDUs don't fire up immediately. There's a relay. So, we'll give that a second, and instead of standing there doing a whole lot of nothing, let's head over to the hard drive mining shed. So, this is a hard drive mining shed. We mine with hard drives in here. It's basically like a mini data center. I don't know if I ever really talked about this, but in preparation for the winter, we switched this over to a winter unit, so this can run like all the way down. I forget now, I need to look at my notes, but like down to 0 degrees or sub 0 degrees, especially with this new grill we put on. So the unit can run, and then this also basically I think decreases the cooling efficiency of the front here, lets it keep more of the heat in, this, that, whatever. It can run down to 0 degrees, cooling this. So that means that with this unit, right, I gotta be quiet, there's a bad echo in here. Well, this can just, run 24/7, 365, hot day, cool day. See, the Tails Dish and Evergreen's getting freaking serious in here. If you want one of those, make sure to head over there and grab one. They're almost sold out, and it's a limited edition run. So, these are hard drives, right? It's running the Chia cryptocurrency mining algorithm, and basically earning passive income, mining cryptocurrencies with your hard drives. The power consumption on these is crazy low. Basically, each grouping of 10 drives and a hub, we're talking like 100 watts. So all of these are consuming less electricity than one Bitcoin miner, including when I'm running my mini split, which we've got redundancy in here. What's crazy is it's kind of cold outside, but it's nice and toasty in here. I say that it's actually kind of cool because they see whatever, but I've just been running it at 74 degrees Fahrenheit. So these evergreen miners, they start back up after a power cycle, but the juicy miners do not. So what I do is I just go to the surge protector, right? Turn it off, click it back on, and then I've got to go down here to these drive expansion hubs and click them one by one. This is my biggest gripe with the juicy miner. The juicy miners are, you know, Chia hard drive miners, just like these other rigs. This unit has been great though, seriously. It's been running perfect since the day I got it, except for one day there was downtime, but he fixed that, and I didn't have to do anything, by the way. Yeah, my only gripe is there needs to just be some kind of bypass in here where you don't need to click a button. Should just take that button out, close that loop, so if it has power, it's turning on. The other thing I need to do is I check my notes on my way over here is my latest rig. One of these drives did not pick up. That guy over there with the permanent green, he's looking sus. We're just gonna do this super simple dummy proof. Bloop. I'm gonna turn that off. When you power cycle a power supply, you should let it sit for like a minute or two, but God, patience, it's a hard thing to have. We'll see if that drive picks back up, but pretty excited to expand this. I've got another rig on order with them, so that'll push me over 2 petabytes. 2 petabytes. So I take my shoes off when I come in here. It's a clean working environment. All right, so yeah. All right, so I'll come and check on those in a little bit. I need to let those go ahead and cycle. What's really cool about the hard drive shed too, you know, some people, you know, they tune in and watch the channel, they think it's overbuilt or something like that. But that's not true, because that also doubles as a field office. Like, I haven't finished anything over at VoskCoin HQ yet. We did just hang the mini split in there, so it has heating and cooling upstairs. Please be working. Please be working. I'm walking into the, please be working. F man. I don't know why this isn't working. I'm not seeing any life. Oh, damn, slam my hand into that. Oh, God, that thing's heavy. Takes a bit to turn on. So, I'll let that run, see what happens. Let's go over to the Immersion Mining Shed. All right, so you may notice some dry coolers just keep on popping up. A lot of craziness going on in here. A lot of craziness. It's no secret, I love mining, which naturally means that I love, or at least need, mining rigs. That's where ASIC Marketplace comes in. They sell all different types of cryptocurrency mining rigs. They get them to me quickly, which makes the difference with my ROI. And you know what else helps the ROI? If you punch in the code VoskCoin to save some coin the next time you order a miner from them. We've talked about it a lot on the channel, but that's a DCX Immersion Mining enclosure here in the corner. It's been running great overall. I think the leak issue that I was talking about is just going to be the fluid kind of siphoning up out on the cords. I haven't really bothered messing with it or troubleshooting anymore. Just been swamped with other stuff. it still works, still runs. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna treat it like an old car and just top off the oil, whatever. We got another immersion mining container here in the corner. Spoiler. And we just ran electric to it yesterday. I feel like Drake working on the weekend. And so I looked at a lot of ways to go about this. I wish that I raised the sides a little bit more and I had like room to tuck stuff up there. Really my biggest gripe with this building is I would have made it another foot or two taller, but I was trying not to overbuild it or waste money. But anyway, ran the power cable. It's really interesting. I'll have to break it all down when we do the video, but it's not like, never done anything like it. My electrician's never done anything like it. It wasn't straightforward. But that's pretty much it in here. I also have added another meter box in here. That's not super recent. You may have seen that in previous videos. I got the same workbench that I've got at the house. I actually got one for out here. I really like it. So I ran this one through the back right here. I've got Altair PDU right there. So these things are sweet. Just kind of upgrade my farm piece by piece. Been doing some what's miner troubleshooting. You know, as Bitcoin continues to rocket up, I'm like, hey, don't leave me behind. Come on. I hear a lot of noise. I don't know if you could pick that up on camera, but I hear a lot of noise over here at the pod. I'm hopeful that basically PDU 1 maybe needed to turn on PDU 2 and power cycling that one. It's not on. Frustrated. So after further troubleshooting over the next few days, we're getting power at the surface, we're getting power at the breaker, we're getting power to the PDU, but the PDU is not sending any power throughout all of the circuits on it. In particular, it seems that the rock Pi that powers this, which you can see when the whole PDU cover panel is removed, has failed in some way, shape, or form. We are in contact with Digital Shovel. We're working with them to resolve this issue, and we hope to get this thing back online as soon as possible. In defense of the pod, we do have what's essentially a beta unit of their 208 voltage version. This is not their mainstream production model that was specifically designed for 415 volt 3-phase. They have been developing a new 200 amp single phase PDU that would be literally perfectly suited for deployment on our farm, because we're operating on single phase electricity right now as we work towards deploying 3-phase in the future. So working through it, they're responding, we'll figure it out. I'm down 2 drives on that Evergreen miner. Put in a ticket to their support. We'll see. Let's head over to our last stop on this mining farm VoskCoin tour, I guess. All right, we might as well rebrand this place to the frickin' Kaspa Mining HQ instead of the VoskCoin HQ. So in here we've got S19 XP as well as a Bitmain miner KS3, which is the miner I've just been the most excited about, simply because it's a breadwinner. Whatcha! The Bitcoin Supra. In here we also have what we've just been calling it for fun, the Kaspa Mining Corner. So I've got the KS3M from Ice River, the Ice River KS1, KS0, and the KS0 Pro, and a little quiet jazz miner up there on the top shelf. I'm also running a couple miners over here in the corner. You know, it's cool enough that this building just siphons out all the heat, and I mean, it's free mining space while I clean up and work on the other aspects of the VoskCoin mining farm. And as you saw, looks like I've got more stuff to do, which is really going to encourage me to just kick my butt into high gear and get all this immersion mining equipment running, because I need, one, to have all my current gear operational, and then, in my opinion, this is, I mean, you don't really want to say this, right, but it's like, if you have the ability, it makes a lot of sense to have like overflow for your miners on your mining farm. if you have the space and budget to do so. Because I mean, one thing goes down with your infrastructure, and it's like, well, congrats, all that stuff's not running, it's offline. Not running your miners, especially if you have them, right? You bought them, not getting to your break-even points, right? Not achieving your ROI, your return on your investment. You know, getting a good ROI. I mean, that's a death sentence for a business. So I've got a couple L630Rs around this building, you know, in particular ones right there behind that screen. I'm gonna go ahead and load some miners on that once I stop recording this here, because I need to get those miners that are in the shovel back to being operational. The ones that aren't working because half of it's down now. So until I can either figure out what's going on, what's wrong with the digital shovel, mini pod, or get a replacement part or fix or something. So it's just never a dull day in the life, right? It's like you get a miner or two, honestly, it truly is passive income. But you really just like start trying to scale stuff, it has the potential to become less and less passive. I actually just exited after these recent issues, other than a fan going out on the pod. I exited a period of basically pretty smooth sailing. Probably the smoothest, highest functioning, most miner running period of the VoskCoin mining farm in history. I was actually going to say that I was excited that we had just achieved a stable 2 petahash. So historically that would have been 20 Bitcoin miners, but Bitcoin miners are becoming even more powerful than they were just a couple years ago. But yeah, it's kind of like, whoa, we touched 2 petahash. And now we're just like Mario, we missed the jump. So, I don't know, that's all I got. You're out here on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. I'm gonna keep pushing through with everything. And I don't know, just keep making moves, keep making adjustments. Market's ticking up. It's not a time to be fucking around. It's not a time to be slipping up. So I need to stop talking today. Honestly, I got a lot to do on the farm. So if you watched the video, seriously, thank you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you on the next one.